to our show called The Next Shot, where we talk about photography, videos, and how to edit your work. Join us every Monday where we have a new topic to discuss and answer questions that you may have. Thank you for all your support, and we look forward to seeing your next shot. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Next Shot, where I'm joined with my co-host, Luke Lukasik from Georgia. How you doing, Luke?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm doing great.
Good. So this week we have an exciting episode for all of our viewers out there that are tuned into our show. So we are catching back up where we're going to do the product photography. So how did you feel about doing the product photography for this episode, Luke?
It was interesting again. I felt like I could have done better, but I did. It was out of my comfort zone for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I still feel like I did good.
Good. So, guys, we have a slideshow that we're going to start for you. But we also have a few questions at the end, too, that were submitted to Luke and myself. So we'll get those answered for you as well. All right, Luke, let's jump right into the slideshow.
All right.
All right, Luke, I think you're up first. So let's go to your first slide and kind of give us an idea of what you did with your basic shot.
All right. So this is just a basic shot for a camera advertisement, if you will. It's just a plain black background with the camera just sitting there. To get the effect, I had like a trifold board and I had jewelry cord, and I kind of looped it through and I photo edited out the cords, but I taped it to each side so that way somebody wasn't dangling over there and shifting with their weight. It was just perfectly still. I darkened out the background a little bit, and I edited out the jewelry wire.
Yeah.
And I saw an image like this a while ago, and I just like, God, I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? So I try to go for that just basic black background, just to draw your eye, obviously, to the camera, you know?
Yeah. I mean, to me, it looks really good, and it does isolate the camera itself. Plus, you can read everything on the lens, and the details there. So, yeah. And let's kind of look at the next slide and see the difference between a basic product shot and what you come up with.
So this is a film camera, not a digital camera. This is an old school camera. And my mom actually had some old film that's still not used, and some that has to be developed. But I tied in the photography books with the film, just to kind of give you the viewer, hey, listen, if you're buying this camera, you could be in one of these books. This could be you, in the future. You just got to work on it. So it's just kind of a little motivation in the background to sell the camera a little bit more,
Yeah, and I noticed you got it in black and white, and to me, that speaks old school film. It kind of gives you that vibe, and how long it's been since I've seen a film container like that. I used to work in the photo lab, and I would get those all the time, and I'd keep changing them. Just little knick-knack screws, stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a while since I've seen those. So good job on the composition too. It just kind of it's a little weighted to the right. And you can kind of tell, but putting the stuff to the left, the little canisters of the film and everything, it's made a big difference to the whole overall image. So good job.
Thank you.
All right, let's look at the next one here.
So same concept, just drawing your attention. The camera's there. It's meant to be looked at, but again, it's just more, hey, this is everything that you could be, everything you will be. Just focusing on those small little details of the film and the book. I just kind of thought would help drive more sales for the camera business if that was your shtick.
Got it. So yeah, I mean, it's almost like you took the camera and put it more off to the side and focused on, hey, the image that was shot on the cover of the book, and for me, that baby doll head is just creepy, man. It pulls you into the picture. It's like, okay, what's going on here? Okay, I see the film, I see the camera. Okay, it's a photo book.
The face in the background, it's actually Kurt Cobain.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, that very good image, man. Just like I say, it's not black and white, and I think it would have looked good in black and white, but the color, I think, of the doll head, it kind of makes it pop. So good job on that, man. All right. So here's one of my basic shots. So this is not really a take on a product shot to sell the knife. It's just like if somebody was to take a basic image and say, here's a knife that I got today, or they're trying to sell the knife, as an individual. It's one of the spare knives I have laying around the house, but I was like, I got a shadow in there, and these are the things that we see every day. We see it on the marketplace. We see it kind of just posted online.
It's a typical shot. You know what I'm saying?
Typical shot. And it was done with the cell phone, of course. But, and I think, looking at what can be done with 10 to 15 minutes of prep work, I think the next one's going to kind of give you an idea of how we want you guys as the viewers to start looking at products. And I think that's the reason this episode is going to be successful. So here's 2 images of that same knife. So Luke, give me a little bit of feedback on the one on the left there.
So the one on the left, I love how the bandana cuts through. It's that nice sharp edge that draws your attention to that. Almost like it's not a negative space, but the concept is there. You know what I'm saying? That black and the white. Your eyes draw right along that line, right to that point of that knife. I love it.
It really does. It took me a minute to lay out the chain of the necklace, and the bandana itself has been pressed into that fold because that's the way I keep it. I keep it folded up and I keep it laid down in the drawer, to where I need it, just throw it on my head and go. But the bracelets and the necklace, of course, I wear when I go out. But I wanted to try to showcase the knife in an atmosphere to where everything, like you said, with the film and the camera is kind of, it's a focal point, but yet, cutting that bandana, it took me 3 tries to figure out how I wanted to do the bandana, but I know I wanted the knife to be straight down to the image in the center. So, and the one on the right, I changed it up by doing the watch and the sunglasses, of course, just to kind of throw a little bit of variance in there. So,
yeah. Well, the one on the right, if you're advertising with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're out in the field, you're in the middle of the woods and the picnic table, everything's out there. It almost looks like it would be the way it would be, just you took your watch off and laid it down, you took a necklace off, laid it down, your glasses, everything's just there like you would if you were out in nature, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's kind of how I put it down. I just kind of threw it down and then just kind of centered the knife up and around everything else. So, all right, here's another shot I did. Just to try to throw a little bit more harsh shadow in there, I moved the light to the other side of the setup, if you will, and it got it really close to the product. So this is basically a little Sunpack, $20. I can't remember if I bought it at Best Buy, Walmart, somewhere like that. But it's adjustable light that you can has a tripod mount on the bottom of it, and it has a warming filter of glass that you can put in there as well. But shooting black and white, I did straight white, cut it up all the way. And of course I had some little Allen wrenches. So I had them on my dresser and I was going to take them to the building, and I was like, I'll just throw these in there because they're kind of metal looking, and I thought it'd be kind of cool. It's like little stair steps and it's got the different sizes in there too. So, but yeah, I thought that turned out pretty good too.
Definitely.
All right, so here's a couple of the knives. The one in the center and the one on the right-hand side are our daughter's part of the knife collection I was referring to on the earlier episodes. This is a couple that she had picked out to put in her collection. I said, hey, you mind if I borrow your knives and I'll throw them into some of this product photography, because I wanted to kind of keep it in the same theme. So I just basically swapped it out and did a little rough grunge filter on it, kept it black and white. So what do you think about something like this?
I like it. Odd numbers are always better anyways. They're more visually appealing. So the 3 knives, even though they're different directions, it works. I think 4 would have been overkill. 2 would have been enough. 3 is just the perfect number.
Well, I did shoot one with 4 in it, and I didn't like it. It was odd, like you say, even though it was an even number, it's still odd to me. So, all right. So here's a pullback, of the next shot. So I wanted to kind of show everybody at home. This is just a few things that I found around the house, to kind of give you an idea of how you want to set it up. The penguin's a little inflatable that we bought our daughter to try to get her into Christmas spirit. And then this to the right is the tripod mount sun pack light.
Mm-hmm.
And then I used a bread pan in the back, and I stuck the knife right down through the middle of it. And I used the same necklace and the bracelets there to get this image here. So there you go. So just using the light, a little bit of reflection on that, the pan in the back, mm-hmm. and keeping a little bit of that color, but using the iPhone, basically got that focus right on the knife, and everything else kind of fell off. And then I did a matte look on the black and white on the right there. So, but I think both of those turned out pretty good.
Definitely, especially with just basic stuff that you have around your house,
Yeah, and it's just trying to get it up to that same, like your eye level, mm-hmm. getting it up off the ground and getting that right angle on there. So, okay, and this one's the one that we did the sneak peek of the on the last episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Just again using that darker wood with those colors and the way the light actually shimmered on it. These were actually taken outside with natural light, no flash. And then I did the black and white version, which I think you liked that a little bit better.
Definitely. I mean, I always will.
Yeah, so I think those actually turned out pretty good too. So, all right, let's look at the next one here. So this one is one of my favorites, and the bandana in the first one is the same bandana. It's just mm-hmm. not black and white, but I did a different kind of feel on this one, to where I still kept the necklace, still kept the bracelets and the bandana, but I warmed it up a little bit and kept it in color. So just a different take on just visually. I think it looks pretty cool. It'd be cool in like a little gun knife shop, blown up 16 by 20 stuck on the wall,
That would work perfectly. Like a huge 24 by 36.
Very good. Yeah, I'd be glad to sell them that. So if anybody's out there owns a sporting goods store, let me know. We'll get you a copy of this image to hang on the wall. All right, Luke, you're up, buddy.
Oh, so, my blue moon.
Love this shot, man. I love this shot. And I know you were playing around with a little bit of the bottle and everything, but it is missing the big glass in the right-hand side there. That's what it needs.
It's because I drank the big glass. That was on the right-hand side.
Listen, I can't blame you for that.
No. Again, it's I was advertising the blue moon subtly, but not there. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a blue moon without the orange. So I felt the orange was the dominant force in the picture. So the blue moon's there. You know what you're looking. You know what you're buying.
So Luke, just to give you an idea of going back to our food photography episode, one of the things that I really like about this is it was taken in stages, and you can kind of tell by the next images that we're going to see. But just remembering, it's not about the finished product. Sometimes it's about cutting the orange, popping the top off, having the bottle in the back, and then we get to see this.
Yeah, the image on the right, that's the final one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I obviously I drank some of the beer in the shooting, but yeah, it was just kind of the orange really popped, especially with the orange beer. It was just the dark background, the light fake wood there. It was just I kind of felt good afterwards, but I told you I wasn't happy with it when I did it. If it's just being overcritical on myself, I don't know, but
it is, and I'll tell you why. It's the same way. I wasn't sure about the knives because I thought it was kind of too plain, didn't have enough in it. But mm-hmm. getting your opinion and kind of seeing how you feel about the image, I'm the same way as the one on the right. That one that speaks to me, and to me, this crop thing that you've got going on, it extends the view. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about product photography, if nothing else, the logos at the bottom, you can just visualize it, not just for the blue moon, but maybe for the bar or for whatever business that you're trying mm-hmm. to promote, to say, hey, the fresh oranges, blue moon in the glass, the bottles are in the back, you got the pop top there. So I mean, it's really cool. I like the final image. So I think you did a really good job promoting that product. So
instead of doing a panorama left to right, it's kind of just top to bottom.
Yep, the vertical style. Yeah. And I like it. I think you're doing a great job with it. So keep it up, man. All right. So we have a question, Luke, about double exposure and how to do a double exposure image. So have you ever done a double exposure image? If so, what
Personally,
for? Yeah.
no, I have not done a double exposure picture, whether it's on Photoshop or any of that. I can do one on WordPress, but that's because it does all the work for you. There's really no, anybody can do it. So realistically, I've never done a true double exposure on
Gotcha.
purpose. In the old
Okay.
days, I've done double exposure in film on
Yeah.
accident.
Yeah.
That's a whole
Yeah.
different story.
There's a way you can do a manual camera to where you can double exposure on purpose, but a lot of people that don't advance it far enough do get that little jump frame, I guess is what you want to call it, to double expose it. But believe it or not, the apps that we promoted on one of our very first episodes, Snapseed, does do a double exposure now. When they did an update, I want to say it was a couple of years ago, they put in a double exposure option on there under your tab to tune your image.
Yeah.
And what it does is it allows you to add a second layer or a second image. And it does the same thing that most apps do. It'll have a blend mode. So you can do a lighten, a darken, and then you can adjust the slider to where you can fade it in and out and kind of get it in a neutral. One thing that I learned recently is that once you go in and complete that double exposure, you can go back into that edit of that double exposure and use your brush tool and go in and brush out parts of the screen that you don't want double exposed. Let's say that it crossed the eyes in one person and you wanted birds flying in the background and you don't want the birds in the eyes. So you can go in and brush that part out. And you can also go in and just add parts to different things of the image. So what we may do, I can work on it to do kind of like a little screen share video of how to go in and do that and show people a couple options in that Snapseed, which I thought was pretty cool. Another one that, let's see, I think the PhotoFox. That's one I was playing around with today to see if we can get a double exposure in there. You can do that as well. All you do is add that second layer of image, and it does have the option to do the opacity and the blend modes as well, which I thought was pretty cool. So
PhotoFox.
So we got to get you to at least download it, try it out. The reason I say that is because the free version allows you to do 2 to 3 layers. After that, it's going to say, hey, do you want to buy more layers or buy more options? So you're very limited on what you can do. And some of the filters, if it has a star beside of it, of course it's a paid filter. So I'd use all the free stuff on it that I can. And what's good about it is when you go to export that image back out, it's a full res image, same as it went in. So a lot of these apps are cutting it down to, I think, 85% JPEG, which, if you're using it for online purposes, you're not going to see a huge dramatic difference in 85 to 100% unless you're trying to print it out. So another question that we have here is, which apps should I use for video clips? And if you follow us, as some of our viewers have done on our Facebook page, we try to do our promotions for the show and some of the things that we're doing. So I like to use iMovie for the actual show because I can add in the intro, I can add in the body of the show itself, and then I can add in the exit stuff that we want to put in there. So it allows me to do the blending very easy, and it lets me cut out some of the stuff for the bloopers as well and move it around as much as I can in iMovie. So I like iMovie. We also talked about using Quick, which we do for a lot of our 30-second promos. Which I think you enjoyed that too, Luke, just seeing the brief little 15 to 20, 30-second little clips like we did to promote our product photography show as well. But Luke, I recently downloaded what's called VN Video Editor. Have you ever heard of that?
I have not.
So if you go into the App Store and pull that up, basically, I think when it first got started, it was Vlog Now is what the VN stands for. So for vloggers, that do like to do the video stuff, it was a quick way to do movies from your iPhone or from your camera that has access to the apps. You can upload those into the the app itself, and then you have multi-layers that you can add text and stickers and different things on there. So Luke, what I like about that new software in that app is that your clip transitions. If you noticed in the last promo video I did, it lets you drop in an image and it does this little bounce and then it kind of fades out, to the next image. You can do a lot more transitions in that than you can do in iMovie right now. And I know a lot of the things in iMovie's doing, they're trying to keep advancing and keep doing their updates. But that's what I liked about it. It adds another element to what we're trying to do with our show. So, but I'll definitely keep you updated on some of those transitions and kind of show you what I'm doing with those. But definitely, guys, if you're listening or watching the show, look at some of the apps that we're suggesting. If you cannot figure them out and it looks too complicated, trust me, these apps are very simple. And Luke, I know you like Lightroom, so I'm sure it scared you at first.
Definitely. It's a big beast. But once you get used to it, it's not that bad. You never know everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how good you are in Photoshop or Lightroom or anything. They're always adding or changing. You can never truly finish all of it. You know what I'm saying? You're always learning in those big apps, so it's good.
Yeah, that's true, and I agree with you. And like I say, even learning this new app, I've watched a video on it. Like it says, here's what we can do with this app, and I was like, wow, I didn't know you can do that. Outside of the iMovie or the Quick that does everything for you. I want to be able to customize it just a little bit to where it fits our show a little better than having to try to accept just this transition or just being able to move it this far or not being able to add a song where I want it,
Yeah,
so that's what we will encourage you guys to do is try out some of these apps, or if you've got an app that you like to use, send it to us and we'll be glad to download it and see what we do with our show if it'll help us as well. So Luke, do you have anything for our viewers out there today?
Yeah, actually, the nextshot.fm is up and running. It's not .com, it is .fm. The next shot, and it'll be a link somewhere around there.
Below.
Down there. It has some portfolio stuff. It has every episode. It gets updated every week. So the newest show will be on the main page. And there's a top, we can go to any show. The very last one is a contact us, where you can email us, call us, literally anything you want to get a hold of us with.
Very good. And Luke, I know you've been working really hard on this website, and I wish I could help you out a little bit more, but I'll do the show part. You keep up with the website, and I think it makes us even.
You are a editing genius. So
well, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. So that's it for this episode, guys. So I hope you enjoyed our product photography. I hope you enjoyed the questions that we have from some of our viewers. And also, Luke, thank you for the email information and the website information and the contact information that you have added to the site itself. So I'm excited to see how everybody likes it. So definitely give us some feedback on the site. And just remember, it is kind of in a testing phase. Once we we're pretty much live now. I think since we've announced it, we're going to get some hits on there. And guys, tell us how the site looks, if there's anything you think we need on there. And make sure you check me out on my Unlimited Photography page on Facebook. And Luke, how can they get in touch with you?
Instagram is good. Luke's_lens or lukeslens.com.
Sounds good. Until next time, everybody, keep shooting.
All right.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
We should hire somebody to do this for us.
We should, but it's not going to be as fun.
Exactly.
Oh, righty then. Okay.
So it's maybe a last shot.
Yeah. All right. Corona. You trying to be a DJ? Oh, that's definitely making the blooper reel.
I think next time I was trying to
Ready?
I'm still using my mic being over here.
Luke. What?
Is that better?
Yes. Okay. You're not going to say nothing?
No, that was good.
Damn right. So with that being said, I made it too large.
Said no girl ever.
And I try not to lick my fingers while I'm taking pictures. You know what I mean? Is this our new thing? Oh Jesus!
Oh, my new color.
Okay. It's hilarious, dude. I was rapping. Oh God!
We'll edit out the bad math later.
Yeah. Check. Now I can't say check me out. What are you doing? Quit being the star of the blooper reels. You know, it's weird how technology works.
Is it not working right now?
Well, it is. You got to give me a second.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we nailed that one.